Now that we understand why conversational commerce is so important, let's dive into how you can actually practically implement something like this, specifically in a welcome journey. So I'm going to go ahead and create this. It's going to be signed up for text, and we're going to skip past all this. Now, what I want to do here, this is a wine company. So I want to do a little bit of a wine quiz, so to speak. So that's what we're going to set up here. We're going to drag in here, and there's two different ways you can do this. There's keywords with descriptions, and there's a list of keywords. So I'll add in this, and I'll come back here in a second to show you the list of keywords, and we'll actually just branch it. I'll actually just A/B test it here so I can set up both for you to see. So on this side, we're going to do the list of keywords. And then on this side, we will do keywords with descriptions. Perfect. Now, let's go here. We're actually going to change this to the list of keywords. So what we're going to want to ask is, welcome to our wine quiz. Respond with your preferences, and we'll send you a curated wine pack tailored to your taste profile. Then we can do here, then say, what type of wine do you typically drink? And say rosé. Now we already have this set up in another journey, so I'm going to have to add a double E here, like I can't spell, because you can only use keyword once in a conversational journey. Say red. We'll do white. We'll do, let's just leave it as rosé, red, and white, actually. We'll save it. Then over here, the only difference is we can say reply 1 for rosé, reply 2 for red, or you could say rosé for rosé. This is useful if the response is more complicated, or if you want people to just be able to send numbers and then it'll store as such. We'll do rosé, red, and white. So now it's just 1, 2, or 3. In this case, since it's very easy to respond rosé, red, or white, let's just go ahead and do it this way instead. Now, depending on how they reply, this is going to be stored as a data point that you can use for segmentation later on. So let's say you wanted to create a segment in the future that is customers who prefer rosé wine. You would come in here and use this as a zero-party data point that you could use to say, okay, this is a cohort that prefers rosé wine. Let's send them a rosé summer pack because it's July and this is peak season for something like that. Now, if they don't reply within 2 days, you can send them some sort of a reminder, or you can just send them an offer given that this is the welcome journey. But I'm going to keep building this out. So go ahead and send another conversational text here, and we'll keep using the list of keywords because they're easy to reply with. And we'll say dry, sweet. Do you typically drink dry or sweet wines? dry, or sweet. And so you can continue to build out this logic and then bucket them into personal recommendations. So what we could actually do here is we're going to send this exact same message to each group. So then, okay, if they said rosé and dry, well, great. Send them a text. It's called rosé dry. Based on your preferences of rosé, of dry, rosé wine, we'd recommend the following pack. And then include the link, and then you could even add an offer as well. And so that's how you can start to build out not only a quiz via text, but start to incorporate elements of personalization from the get-go in your welcome journey. And you're now able to save all these data points as well. So if you want to get dry, red drinkers, you can pull this information when you're actually building out your segment. And the way that you'd be able to do that is come in here. Let's go ahead and create subscribers characteristics. Wine tap preferences is red. And so we can see 58 people have replied to a conversational journey that we have set up somewhere else that their wine type preference is red. And we could layer in first party data as well too if we want to just have an exhaustive list. So we could say subscribers activity, made a purchase. Now because they don't have the Shopify integration set up since they're on a custom platform, we can't actually filter for red wine purchasers. But if you have the Shopify integration, you just click the filter button here and select anybody who's made a purchase in that particular collection to get you your full list of red wine drinkers. So that's an example of how you can build out conversational commerce in your welcome journey and start to incorporate some of these zero-party data aggregation efforts, which will help with your segmentation and personalization in your SMS marketing program moving forward.